There's only one way to stop me. One way to end this forever. One way to save them and get rid—
Well. It looks like fans of Invincible finally got the kind of updates they've been waiting for, and honestly, it feels like the franchise is heading into one of its best phases yet. The latest news doesn't just confirm that Invincible Season 5 is officially happening, but it also hints that the show's biggest issues might finally be behind it for good. And on top of that, creator Robert Kirkman himself has shared some exciting details about Season 4's production, while also laying out a rough roadmap for the future of the series. So, there's a whole bunch to unpack here, everything from production progress, release schedules, animation improvements, and even how long the show could realistically run. When Invincible first dropped back in 2021, it instantly made a splash. Viewers loved the storytelling, the sharp characters, and of course, the brutal but stylish take on superhero action. But even though the show found its audience quickly, it wasn't immune to criticism. Fans raised concerns over a couple of key problems, most notably how long it took to release new seasons, and at times, the quality of the animation. These issues didn't ruin the series by any means, but they did put a bit of a dent in its reputation. Now, with Seasons 4 and 5 officially in the works, Invincible has the perfect opportunity to prove it's stronger than ever and put those concerns behind it once and for all. One of the biggest reasons to be optimistic is how Season 3 ended. The finale left things at such a strong point that anticipation for what's next is higher than ever. And then, when Prime Video confirmed that Season 4 would be arriving in 2026, it gave fans the reassurance that they wouldn't have to endure the kind of massive gap they did between earlier seasons. That announcement marked the third consecutive year of new Invincible content, which is a big deal because production delays had previously been the show's Achilles heel. The momentum is clearly shifting, and that's a promising sign for the future. Even better, the news about Season 5 made fans breathe a sigh of relief. Not only is Season 5 happening, but its voice acting has already been completed, before Season 4 has even dropped. That's pretty wild when you think about it. Normally, fans are used to updates about upcoming seasons trickling in slowly, but this kind of forward planning feels different. It's clear that the team behind Invincible has learned from past mistakes and is determined to make sure audiences don't have to wait forever between installments. The long wait between Seasons 1 and 2 was brutal, and even though COVID and other complications played a big part in that, it still left fans frustrated. But now, the creators seem dead set on preventing history from repeating itself. With Season 4's voice acting wrapped up months ago, and even the casting of major new villains announced, the production feels far more organized than it used to. That's a huge shift from the rocky early days. So, what does it mean that Season 5's voice work is already in the bag? For one, it shows just how far ahead the production is compared to before. Since voice acting usually comes after scripts are finalized, it's proof that the creative team already knows exactly where the story is headed. That leaves animation and editing as the biggest tasks left to complete, which are still time-consuming but far easier to manage once all the groundwork is set. This level of preparation makes it hard to imagine the series ever going back to the kinds of delays it used to have. Another piece of good news came at San Diego Comic-Con 2025, when Robert Kirkman confirmed that Season 4 will definitely arrive before the end of 2026. He even revealed that Matthew Rhys had joined the cast as Dinosaurus, a fan-favorite villain from the comics. This kind of information doesn't just give us something new to look forward to, it also reinforces that the production timeline is real and reliable. When you combine that with the annual release rhythm they're building, the whole picture looks much healthier than it did a few years ago. Now, the other big complaint fans have voiced in the past was about the animation. While Season 1 was praised overall, both Seasons 2 and 3 had moments where the visuals just didn't feel up to par with the competition. For instance, Season 3 delivered some absolutely breathtaking sequences like the Invincible War and Mark's fight with Conquest, but then it stumbled in quieter moments such as Rex's funeral. And because shows like XMEN 97 and Arcane have been raising the bar for animated television, Invincible's weaker visuals stood out more than they might have otherwise. The good news here is that the creators seem just as aware of this as the fans. Kirkman and the animation team have promised improvements, with Skybound teasing that Season 4's animation has been amped up to another level. Marge Dean, who heads up the animation side, has confirmed they're putting more time and effort into raising the quality across the board. And because the voice work for both Seasons 4 and 5 is already done, the animators actually have more breathing room to polish the visuals without feeling rushed. If they can nail this, it could finally silence one of the most persistent criticisms of the series. Another reason for excitement is that the franchise's future feels more secure than ever. Robert Kirkman has been surprisingly open about how long he expects the show to run. While he didn't want to lock himself into one exact number, he did say that somewhere between 7 and 9 seasons would be the sweet spot to fully adapt the 144 issues of the original comic series. That range feels both ambitious and realistic. It's enough to tell the full story without dragging it out longer than necessary. Plus, Kirkman has made it clear that he isn't just copying the comics panel for panel. Instead, he's using the show as an opportunity to improve on certain arcs or flesh out stories that didn't land as well in the original run. That flexibility makes the adaptation even more exciting because it means fans of the comics can still be surprised. What's really interesting is how prepared the team is for the long haul. Kirkman mentioned that he and Simon Rasiopa already have a rough season-by-season roadmap planned out. So even though only 5 seasons have been officially confirmed so far, it's obvious that the creative team is planning way beyond that. If Amazon keeps showing this level of trust in the series, and given its critical acclaim and growing fan base, there's no reason they wouldn't, it's safe to say Invincible will be sticking around for a long time. Looking at where things stand right now, it feels like the show has never been in a better position. Season 3 wrapped up with a bang, introducing powerful new characters and teasing bigger threats on the horizon. The updates about Season 4's production and the early progress on Season 5 only build on that momentum. And when you combine all of this with the fact that the show has already achieved near-perfect scores on Rotten Tomatoes, it's clear that the storytelling is still top-notch. All that's left is ironing out the behind-the-scenes kinks, and based on these updates, that's exactly what's happening. Robert Kirkman himself seems to understand just how crucial consistency is. In interviews, he's joked that it almost feels like they're making the show the way TV used to be made for decades, delivering new content year after year without massive gaps in between. In today's streaming world, that kind of reliability is rare. Shows like House of the Dragon or Percy Jackson and the Olympians have struggled with long waits between seasons, which can make even the most passionate fans lose steam. Kirkman clearly doesn't want Invincible to fall into that trap, and the steps they're taking now suggest he's serious about keeping things on track. At the end of the day, the latest updates on Seasons 4 and 5 make it hard not to feel optimistic about Invincible's future. The production delays that once frustrated fans seem to be under control, the animation quality is set to improve, and the long-term roadmap shows there's a clear vision in place. More importantly, the confidence coming from both Kirkman and Prime Video shows that everyone involved believes the series is worth investing in for the long haul. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.